Ooh, I see 5 people are watching. Sorry, it takes me a second to get the poll question in here. Rich is here. Okay. Green Day, first person I'm seeing. Rich Port, second. Freckles, yes. Hi, AD. Hi, Larry Middleton. Rich Port, I had a really nice day. It was a very nice Mother's Day with my family. We went out to brunch, and that is the poll question theme. Don't worry, I'll get the earrings in just a second. I'm running a little bit late. Rich, hi, yabba dabba doo. All right, so the trivia question, guess what I had for brunch today? Blueberry pancakes, tempeh tacos, blueberry acai bowl, or vegan chorizo breakfast sandwich. Boom. There you go. Poll question is in. I wanted to get that done fast because I feel like there's always like a lag time. All right. And I will get my earrings in. Didn't drink enough water today, getting caught up now. That is like me. I'm usually pretty good. I try to get 8 to 10 cups of water every day. And today I would guess I'm only, at this point, around maybe like 5. So I'm trying to catch up before I get to it. I don't like to chug a lot of water before going to sleep because then, you know, you have to wake up in the middle of the night having to pee. Ridgeport says, awesome. AD says, I just got done making some amazing Japanese yellow curry. Ooh. Wow, this sounds very ignorant. I did not even know there was like curry in Japanese cuisine. That's very cool. I love curry. That gallon a day is crucial, yes. I would say of all the things that I do on a daily basis to try to be healthy, I think like water consumption, it's like think about this. It's free, it does not take any effort if you just do it regularly throughout the day, and it is so important, and I feel like it's like one of the easiest health hacks, and it's completely free. Hi, Johnny. Yes, Cuss. Welcome back. I see Greenleaf Music is here. Jory's Game Bites. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Jory. Same to you. All right. So it is May 11th, 2025. All right. Let's see what I should do. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this. This is like, not gonna lie, I got like kind of the heebie-jeebies opening this up. So you all know that I am a huge fan of The Last of Us. I haven't played the video game, but I love the show. And the season finale is coming up in, I believe, 2 weekends from today. 2 weeks from today. And so I'm actually gonna be doing a cordyceps recipe featuring the very scary cordyceps from The Last of Us. I mean, cordyceps are a real fungus. And I mean, in the show, they're terrible for humans, but currently they're not. Like in real life, they're actually not. But yes, behold, the very scary cordyceps fungus. They've been, like, the Chinese have been eating them and using them in natural medicine for thousands of years. So they've been in human diets for a very long time. But definitely, it's like when you watch the show / you play the video game, you just like, you see the cordyceps and you're like, I'm a little scared of this. I opened this up and then I was like looking to make sure it wasn't moving because you know, in the show, it's just terrible. All right, Mia is here. About 2 liters a day. Wow, good for you, Neil. I mean, some days where I'm feeling like extra ambitious, it's like a low, like, you know, I'm at home all day, not doing much. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the opportunity here to just chug as much water as I possibly can, because I know there will come days that I just don't get around to the 8-cup minimum of water intake that I try to hit. Hi, competitive girl. Hi, Jalen. Get that out the house. I know, right? Ooh, it's so spooky. I wanna shoot like a short video, like opening my cordyceps. I sent a picture to my mom and my sister because the 3 of us really like that show. And I was telling them, I was like, if I start acting way overly aggressive, contact the authorities because it might be the cordyceps. Is that fungus? You gonna eat that? So this is a mushroom. So I mean, the cordyceps is like, you know, any other fungus mushroom that you can consume. You can brew it in teas, you can put it into soups, you can make, you know, lots of different entrees, and humans have been consuming cordyceps for thousands of years. It's just the fact that the video game makes cordyceps very scary. Yeah, so I am going to be eating this in honor of The Last of Us. Back to the Future, hello, Jesse is here. Let's see, KSI like the creator. Hi, Disvo. Jesse, I'm doing well. How about you? Hope all of you who partake in Mother's Day had a very nice Mother's Day. Back to the Future, having a very nice Sunday. I slept in. I feel like it sounds crazy. I got back from my Washington, D.C. Annapolis trip on Tuesday of this week, but it was like I went back to work right away on Wednesday, and there were some days I just did not get full sleep, and I was sleep deprived on my trip. So I feel like finally this weekend I've gotten caught up on my sleep. I slept in late today. Late for me being, I would say I woke up at like 10:15. Or was it 11? No, I'm wrong. It was 11:15. Don't get it twisted. And then I got up, got ready, and then I went to brunch with my family at 2 p.m. So it was we weren't rushing to get anywhere. It was very pleasant. Parv says, yeah, I can tell that. Meat, okay, Yabba Dabba Doo, I'm reading your comment. I wonder what they taste like. I'm so curious to know what cordyceps taste like. I feel like they'll have a similar consistency to I've had many types of mushrooms in my lifetime, just in different dishes. So judging by how they look, which is, you know, long, stringy, fibrous, I'm guessing they'll be a little chewy, and have a similar like texture and flavor to other mushrooms I've tried in different, you know, different restaurants and different homemade recipes. We will see, but there you go. Super spooky cordyceps from Amazon. So thank you to Amazon. It will turn people into bloaters. Ooh, bloaters are so gross. Yuck. Rich is saying hi to Back to the Future. Anonymous is asking about weather. Sorry guys, I've been re-watching all the Star Wars movies because I watched them when I was a kid and I just was not into like outer space or intergalactic stuff. But I'm watching it now. I'm on episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Very sad. I mean, it's just such a sad story. I slept in too and I napped a little bit, says Rich. Jesse says, gonna be back working 60-hour weeks again. Whew. I mean, it's a tough economy out here. So, I mean, more hours. I feel like you're earning a lot of income, Jesse. You have a great industry, like you have a great career, like a great trade skill. And I mean, think about it this way. I mean, working 60 hours, not ideal. It's tiresome, but there's a lot of people, sadly, out of work these days in the United States and other countries who would kill to have a job right now. So I try to remind myself of that every time, you know, I log in or I get to work and I'm like just very unmotivated, very tired, not feeling like working. And it's like, just remember, there are a lot of people who have been laid off who are currently applying to jobs or they've given up applying to jobs because no one's hiring them and they just want to be working in some job. So I try not to take it for granted. Probably like dirt. Fair enough, Jesse, yes. For the recipe that I'm making, I won't say what exactly it is, but I will be rehydrating these. So these are dried cordyceps, and I'm not just gonna throw these into the dish I'm making, so I will be rehydrating these cordyceps for probably like 5 minutes in warm water and then drain them and then just, you know, use them use them in the recipe. The grind does not stop. Absolutely not. No, no, no. Let's see. I see someone, it looks like your name might be in like Thai. I don't know how to say it in English. Hi Jay, hi Nia, bad miss, and that's saying from a guy that likes mushrooms. Yes, probably like dirt. Hi Class 21, good to see you again. Only one thing worse than working, not working, having no money at all. Exactly, Ken Kill Cam 3. That is so true. So some of you guys know this, but I was laid off during the COVID pandemic. It sucked. I mean, it was such a stressful time anyways, because it's like, what is this new virus? What is the kill rate? Honestly, I mean, in my mind, I was like, how afraid should I be of this new disease? So it's like the stress of that, the supply chain issues, people were raiding the grocery stores. I will never forget a few weeks into the pandemic going to a Whole Foods in downtown Minneapolis, and all of the non-perishable pantry food aisles were raided. Empty shelves, no canned soup, no toilet paper, no I'm trying to think of like, you know, like the Hamburger Helper, like rice boxed mixes, all those shelves were gone. And I was like, dude, this is like the apocalypse right now. This is so stressful. So it's like I was out of work, wanted to work. It felt like the world was collapsing. Everyone was panicking. We were all worried about what this new disease was. And so I remember in that period, I was like, all I want to do is just have a job and have a normal routine, and it was very frustrating. So yes, it sucks when you're very burned out and exhausted from your job, but I agree with you, Ken Kill Cam 3. It is, in my opinion, it is like 10 times worse to be out of work, wanting to work, having no money coming into your bank account, and just like praying that someone will interview you for a job and just wanting to get back to a normal life. It sucks. So yeah, they're both tough, but it's like there's one I would definitely choose over the other, which is to be employed. Hi Kevin, good to see you. My trip was amazing. I'm glad you asked, Kevin. So for those of you members here, I posted, and some of you have already commented on this, but I posted my vlog of Annapolis, Maryland and Washington, D.C., the wedding trip that I went to for my childhood best friend. That is available for you members to watch already, so I posted it early for you, and then everyone will be able to watch the vlog tomorrow, Monday. Tomorrow is Monday for me, at 3 p.m. Central Time. So stay tuned. For those of you who aren't members, you will be able to watch the Annapolis, Washington, D.C. vlog in less than 24 hours. Let's see. So nice. Thank you, Nia. Rich with all the members emojis. Love to see it. Thank you. Ken Killcam says, been watching from afar and could never truly leave. Truly inspiring. Amazing. Why were they gone? Ooh, the COVID times. Yeah, terrible. Jesse says, gotta be self-efficient, hunt and gather for food. I wasn't worried, or grow your own food. Yes, Jesse, I think about this a lot, and I think about the future of this channel and the type of content, that I would like to make in addition to cooking, because I love cooking, I love baking, but I don't want my channel to just be me in the kitchen. I want to be doing like diverse stuff. And I've really thought about gardening, harvesting my own veggies and beans from my own garden. I think that'd be a really fun additional type of content to feature on my channel. And not to mention when prices are going up and groceries are expensive and people are competing for certain products. When you can grow your own stuff, I feel like you're very removed from that stress, that competition. I have a friend and she has her own house. She lives in the suburbs of Minneapolis, and she has a huge garden in her backyard, and she was showing me just going row by row, and she's like, yep, this is my corn, these are my beans, these are my potatoes, these are my radishes, these are my turnips, these are my beets, these are my little lettuce and kale plants, and I'm looking at that, and I told her, I was like, dude, you are like, whenever, like, if the zombie apocalypse comes and we're all scrambling for food, I know to come to your house because you've got all the fresh grown produce and beans and all this good stuff, and you are set. And she also saves the seeds from her, you know, tomatoes and her squash. She grows several different types of squash. So she's like, she just like keeps and preserves seeds from her plants that she's eating in her foods, and then she just knows when to plant them for the next cycle. So this girl, she is like self-sustaining her household. It's amazing. So I would love to get to that level. It's very impressive. Okay, Brentamania is here. Brentamania 89. Oh, don't call yourself a loser. Great to see you, Brent. Yabba Dabba Doo says, I'm lucky my woodland has plenty of mushrooms, but I have to be careful some are not edible. Yes, that's where I don't trust myself quite yet. Yabba Dabba Doo, it's being a forager. It's that kind of stuff. I'm not knowledgeable about what plants to look out for, if they're poisonous or they can cause, you know, like rashes and stuff. Or just totally toxic if you were to eat them. So yeah, I don't trust myself to forage. I'm not as knowledgeable as other people, so I would prefer to start like gardening my own stuff, and then maybe over time learn how to forage and like optimal times to go foraging, where to go, things to avoid, things to look out for, bugs and critters that might be on the plant that could be problematic. I'm very scared of bugs, as some of you know. Back to the Future saying hello to Peter, Alexander Constantine. Jesse says it's Monday. Wait. Oh, it's Monday for me too. Okay. I was like, did I say Monday? But I was talking about tomorrow. There are some people in here who are into their Monday already, Jesse. Thank you, Chloe. Hi, Kaio. Good to see you as well. Coffee is here. So good to see you, Coffee. Thank you, Chloe. Yes, Rich Port, you are spot on. Us city people hunt at the grocery store. Typically, I mean, not always. There's some urban people who have their own gardens, have their own chicken coops, but I would say the vast majority of people who live in cities, we get all of our sustenance from the grocery store. We do not go out and hunt for our food. We do not forage. We don't, I would say largely we don't garden. It's just like, go to the grocery store to get your food. Your food is gonna be grocery store or some kind of takeout, fast food, or restaurant setting. But there are some people who aren't like that in the cities. Coffee. I was saying coffee, all the comments. Thank you, Odds of Life. These are my favorite earrings to wear on live streams because people really like them. Also, you guys, oh, I'm watching like the saddest sequence in the Star Wars series. It's where Anakin and Obi-Wan are like fighting to the death. I don't know where this is, what like system it is in the galaxy, but it's so sad. Like, can we take a moment to just be so sad for Anakin? Like, all he was trying to do was to save his pregnant wife from dying in childbirth, but it's just he was manipulated, and it's so sad. So sad. Anyways, Jesse is saying, Rich Port, some even don't know where the meat or vegetables come from. It's ridiculous. Yes. Kevin says, it sounds like you're ready or preparing for the end of time or the apocalypse. It's just, I never want it to get to that point. No, I don't want to be living in the end times, okay? I love orderly society. I love civilized behavior. I love law and order. I love, like, you know, just everything is, I mean, obviously there's still crime and issues, but generally it's like we are living in a very peaceful society. So no, I never wish for that, but in reality, it's like, it's always good to just have like survival knowledge, not even for end times, but just if you find yourself stuck somewhere or in some situation where it's like, you got to take care of yourself, like the pioneers did back in the day. That kind of knowledge, I don't have a lot of it. and I'd like to have more, because I generally just don't like feeling that I'm not well prepared for certain scenarios. Katina is here. Coffee is asking, how are you doing? I'm doing well. I celebrated Mother's Day today with my family, which was very nice. I'm just plugging in my computer. Oh no. Anakin. Oh, gotta love him. Gotta feel sorry for him. I'm also, one second guys, I'm gonna turn down the thermostat because I am actually kind of burning up in here. Whew. Yikes. All right, yeah, oh my goodness, it was 75 in here, which means I am just sweating through my shirt. You guys, we got up to 90 degrees here in Minneapolis. 90 degrees, and it's May 11th. Like, we do not get this kind of heat, but, well, I guess we do now. Jesse says there's a great channel on YouTube called Know Your Land, and he talks about all types of mushrooms and such. Ooh, I'm gonna check that out. There's some YouTube channels that are really interesting in terms of like how to survive in this scenario, how to survive, like if you're on a hike and you run into like a cougar, like what to do in that scenario, or what to do, oh, it's tough. I'm trying to think. If your vegetable garden has blight in certain plants, like how to root things out and replant or whatever, you know, I like those types of channels just where it's like, odds are low that I'd find myself in a situation like this, but just having the knowledge, like you will thank yourself if you do find yourself in a bad scenario and you're like, oh, thank goodness I actually watched that video. Okay, I was gonna write down Know Your Land from Jesse. Know Your Land. Oh, you guys, I'm so stressed. Anakin's about to like, doesn't he fall into the lava or something? He gets just totally wrecked in this part. Oh, my heart. It's so sad. Spoons is here. Freeze Malak is here. Alexander said hi. Jason King, hello. Oh, you were commenting a lot and they wouldn't go through. I wonder why. What were you trying to comment? I mean, maybe it won't. Maybe it's my banned words or phrases. That's odd though. Thank you, Jose. TITM. I wouldn't say I'm very religious. And I don't discuss my religious views on here. But I will say I do believe in God, for sure. But beyond that, I don't try to like get into religion on here. Get the knowledge, Hannah, says Peter. I know. No, say no to anarchy. No. I mean, it's like, I feel like it bothers me. Okay, like a little mini rant here. I feel like there's just some people who love like chaos and destruction and mayhem. And I'm like, okay, sure, you get like a thrill out of this, but I'm like, generally, I really believe that like most people just want to carry on with their lives in a peaceful, orderly fashion and not have to deal with like robbery and conflict and violence and uncertainty. It's like just, no, I don't like anarchy, Jesse. Yes, happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Peter, Alexander, Constantine. Pimp Martin is here from Tallahassee, Florida. Hello, Pimp Martin. We have Zavislev. Hello. Thank you. Cherry Cool. Minero says hi. Hi, Villain Killin' Dylan. You're agnostic. Kirby, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Jesse. Oh, you guys, it's going down. It's going down. My heart is breaking. Oh, so sad. I'm watching Star Wars Episode 3. It's the very end. Timothy is from New Jersey. Hello, Timothy. The first Star Wars now look very dated. I know. Yeah, I will say I watched episodes 1 and 2 yesterday, and now I'm watching episode 3. And it's like the CGI is not great. Like you can, some of the scenes look like a computer game or a video game. Oh, I hate this. You guys, I get way too emotionally invested in my characters. Like when the Joel in one scene happened in the Last of Us a few weeks ago. Oh my God, I got like sick to my stomach watching that scene, and I feel the same way right now watching Anakin and Obi-Wan. The first, okay, I saw that one from Yabba Dabba Doo. Jesse says if I run into a cougar, I'd ask her out. You know, I'm talking about the real feline cougar here. Oh, you guys, this is just so sad. Let's see. Timothy Peters says, how was the blueberry acai bowl? LOL. It sounds like that's your vote for the poll. Blueberry acai because punctuation. I do love getting acai right. David, hello. Happy Mother's Day to you as well if you were celebrating. No. Sith Anakin. Jason King says, I'm sure it was nothing banned. I keep it pretty PG. I know that when you said that, I was like, I know the way you comment. Like, you wouldn't be saying anything that would get blocked, I'm certain. So, yeah, I don't know what was going on, Jason. Sorry to hear that. El Rulo from Odessa, Texas. Great to see you. Kirby saying hi to Back to the Future. Okay, I saw that. Villain Killing Dylan says I'm agnostic. Kevin says, wow, that's hot in Minneapolis. Just 57 here in Seattle. It's just 1 or 2 hot days here in Washington State per year. Yeah, people, I would say the biggest misconception that people have about Minnesota is that it is like a freezing cold Arctic tundra. We have like brutal winters, and then it just like doesn't really get that hot here. Not true entirely. I mean, we do have very long and very bitter winters here, but we also get very, very hot summers. We get over 100 degrees Fahrenheit consistently, like at least at some point in the summer, it gets over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very humid here because of the moisture in the air from our lakes and ponds and rivers. Yeah, it was unusually hot today though. I walked for a bit today and I could just feel like the back of my neck getting like cooked by the sun. I was like, ooh, I'm feeling this heat. And it was, you know, middle of the day. So of course, oh man, guys, this scene is so stressful. James Brace is here. Hello, James. Rich is saying hi to Country Kirby. Mr. Gamer YouTube is here. Jason's birthday party. What's your birth year? I'm a 1993 baby, Jason. Yabba Dabba Doo says, most of the English towns have allotments for growing their own food. Do you have any small plots of land you could rent? Honestly, I would not want to have to bother like getting in my car, driving to a plot somewhere. It's just like, I will begin gardening once I have like a lawn. Like I go back and forth. I think about it'd be nice to have like a standalone house with a lot of acreage where I could just, oh my God, I'm watching Anakin like burn. Oh, sorry guys. Truly horrific, truly horrific. Oh my God. So horrible. Anyways, brutal. I have heard about the allotments. I have friends in the UK and I know that they have allotments and they make use of them, but I personally would want to just have my own property where it's like an enclosed space and it'd be like my own yard or my own garden to grow my own produce. Somkibi, who are you? I'm Hannah, based in Minnesota. Thank you, David. Teresa Sanders is here. Hello. Boo says, have a great week. You too. Fatkur Roman, hello. Adrian is here. Hi, Tommy Brown Jr. Your fave Mexican. I really don't talk about my dating life or my personal relationship, like any of that. So yeah, I get the question, but it's just something I prefer not to answer on here. Jesse says I napped most of the day. Love to hear it, especially knowing that you're headed for a 60-hour work week. Tesla short today. Yes, I was like, you know what? Every time I see a Cybertruck, I personally love them, and I feel the need to film it because it's like, oh my god, it looks so cool. And it was such a quick short that I knew I could post it, and I know people are super divided on Teslas and like the certain models. A lot of people are torn on, like, some people really like Elon Musk, some people hate him. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna see what people put in the comments. I'm gonna film this Cybertruck and post it as a short, and that was a really fun one. Junior, J.R. Berzaker, aka Alejandro War Robots fan. How did the picture end up in jail? It was framed. I like that joke. Don't mind my name. I think I'll just say Alejandro. Ergo Video Oasis 3, hello. What did you do for Mother's Day today? Jason King, I went to brunch today. So the poll question tonight is based on the brunch that I went to with my family. So I saw my parents, my sister, and we met up for brunch, and yeah, just hung out for a bit and chatted. Junior comes from another streamer. Oh, I see. Okay, so then I will stick to Alejandro. In from the old school and have only watched Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Actually, Star Wars is real with the SSP, Secret Space Program. They just don't tell us about it. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Reginald Williams is here. Hi, Reginald. Call me Alejandro. Perfect. Easy. Looks like you're heading out, so bye, Alejandro. Thanks for stopping by. Doc is here. Hello, Doc. Double tap the screen for likes. Yes, indeed, if you are so inclined. Dark Gloom is back. Hello, Dark Gloom. Speaking of Dark Gloom, I am at the very end of Star Wars Episode 3. I have it on my TV playing in my living room. And let's just say Anakin is cooked and he's going through some surgery to repair himself. And it's very, I hated this part because I was really like wanting it to not turn out this way when I watched the movies the first time around. So anyways, hello Dark Gloom. I'm doing well. Happy Mother's Day, although I don't know if you have a child. I am not a mother. I do not have children. I'm not 100% like, you know, there's people who are like, oh my God, I want children. They've known it forever. I'm kind of like, if it happens, it happens. I lean yes. I think I see, like, there's definitely downsides for sure. I mean, it's not all like roses and unicorns and rainbows, but I lean more on the yes side. I do think kids are amazing. I haven't done it, but it's like, you know, I do believe it's very fulfilling. Probably the most fulfilling thing you can do in your life, or most like profound thing you can do in your life, is to have, oh God, I can't watch this. Oh, Anakin surgery. Nope, look away, Hannah. Terrible. Why do I do this to myself? Oh no, now they're showing Padme. Oh. Okay, anyways, what was I saying? Child having children. I lean yes, but I don't have kids currently. Who's stolen your Catalina Crunch? I ran out of my Catalina Crunch, yabba dabba doo, but I have ordered myself some more Catalina Crunch. Actually, shoot, I think it was delivered outside, but I don't want to hop off this live stream, you know, for an extended period of time. Something difficult you'd like to learn how to cook. Nothing that comes to mind. Hi, Hamza Pansiuri from Indonesia. Very cool. Yes, I would love to go to Bali. I've never been in my life. Never mind, I'm back. Okay, sounds good, Alejandro. Glad you're back. Rex is here. Hello, Rex. My wallet is like an onion. Opening it makes me cry. I don't even carry a wallet anymore. Most of the time. Thank you, Doc. I love these earrings too. Hannah, it looks like the white sub button was probably there all along, but it goes away after you sub. I'm so glad to hear that, because it would have, not that you can really do anything in hindsight, like it is what it is, but I was like, man, it's unfortunate to think that I could have just been doing myself a favor. It's like when you're going to all the work, it's like just go ahead and do things that will help you. But I'm glad to hear that it sounds like it's been there all along. The sales of Tesla have crashed in the UK, down by 60%. The Elon effect, yep, doesn't surprise me. I still love them though. Alejandro, I have a small little channel. Looks like your profile picture is a little chihuahua. I don't do relationship advice, Mariah, so I'm not the right person to consult. What are you cooking today, Javier Larios? I am gonna be making, boy, what am I gonna be making? I think I'm gonna just stick with some simple veggie burgers. I ate a really big brunch today, so I didn't really have a big meal planned for myself. So I'm gonna, ooh, speaking of mushrooms, I was showing people my lovely, dang it. 1 second, I dropped my can of cordyceps. So I am making a cordyceps mushroom recipe in honor of The Last of Us having the season finale in a couple weeks. I'm not cooking with these tonight, but I figured I would show them to you guys because, like, scary, right? But not these mushrooms. These are the mushroom burgers I've shown on here before. I absolutely love them. And I'm just gonna cook up a couple of these. I think I'm just gonna have a salad. Kevin says LOL. KDog1AG. How was your Mother's Day? Did you do anything special? Yes. So take a look at the poll question, KDog. So I went to brunch today with my family and we just hung out. My mom actually, where did I put this? My mom, this is like so my mom. She actually made me a loaf of banana bread. I was like, this is like, you're not the one who should be giving gifts today, but she ordered too many bunches of bananas on Instacart. So she needed a way to use up the bananas, so she decided to bake loaves and loaves of banana bread. So she brought this to brunch, which was very nice. So I'm gonna turn on my oven. And I think I'm gonna plug in my phone too. I just don't want it to die out on me. Oh, come on, cord. Sorry guys. Yes, I love banana bread too. It's so good. Happy Mother's Day. Still Me says, cordyceps fall down. I know. It's like, did they do it by themselves? The Chelsea ladies team won the league championship. They didn't lose any of their matches. 20 wins, 20 draws. Sorry, 20 wins, 2 draws. Very nice. I will admit, I only watch the men play. I don't watch the women play, but that is very cool. Congrats to them. Let's get these. It's a lazy Sunday dinner. Also, okay, we still got 20 minutes on the poll, so I will close it in a little bit. And I think in the meantime, I actually want to unbox an Amazon package. I'm gonna go now. Bye. Bye, Alejandro. Thanks for being here. Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, looks like my noodles got smashed. Oh no. Oh, that's so sad. I heard that in some of the reviews. So I am gonna be making some black rice ramen, but unfortunately, because this was not put in an Amazon box, it was put in just a packet. A lot of the noodles got smashed, but you know what? It'll still taste fine. Whatever. King J Dizzle. I am gonna be making some veggie burgers. I've got them all ready to go right here on my baking sheet. But let's see. Did I miss anything here? Happy Mother's Day. Veggie burger with a side salad. That's what I'm thinking. Yes. Let's see. Okay. Yes, I am gonna have a side salad. What is that disappointed emoji face? I never know where to find it. Coffee says, my sister called me on the phone a little bit ago. I'm back now, yay. Glad to have you back. Thanks, Coffee. Okay, side salad, that's what I was gonna do. Ooh. All right, need a bowl. Oh shoot, do I have a bowl? Yes, I do. I put chocolate chips in mine. Are you talking about banana bread, Jesse? All right, looks good. I'm disappointed because the Cavs are getting beat by 40 points. Whew. Disappointed emoji is right below your emojis. Okay. Huh. I think I've, oh, wow. I didn't, like, I know all these emojis, I just never knew where to find them. Thanks, Rich, for letting me know. Thank you, David. I'm glad you enjoy watching the streams. Stevie K official. Disappointed emoji, right below your emojis. Yes, my other comments right above it, LOL. Oh, okay. I'm doing okay, Coffee. How are you? I'm just gonna get started with the salad, because why not? Why not? Come on, dressing. Oh my goodness, Felipe Reyes, good to see you. Weekend was really nice. Yesterday I just worked all day on YouTube stuff. So members, looking at you, Coffee, Rich, I mean, some of you already commented. Kirby, Felipe Reyes, DJ the Mad Dog, another member, I see you with the Aqua Star. I posted my vacation vlog from this week actually. I was, last weekend I was out east in Annapolis, Maryland and Washington, D.C. for a friend's wedding. So all of yesterday, pretty much, I just was editing and then I posted the video early for members to see. And it will be viewable to everyone tomorrow afternoon, Monday at 3 p.m. Central. So check that out if you haven't. Thank you, DJ the Mad Dog. Hey, Adrian, another member. Steve-O says, salad. I think I said hi to you, Annalise. And Felipe Reyes, how was your weekend? Did you celebrate Mother's Day at all today? I know not everyone does, but just out of curiosity. Someone's heading to Mexico. Steve-O is going to Mexico. How fun. What brings you to Mexico? Is it for work? Is it just a vacation? I feel like oh, David was saying, I see shoes. Oh yeah, lots of shoes. Thank you, DJ. Subscriber grind, I love that username. You gotta grind on YouTube to grow your channel. But it is fun. Felipe, oh no, Tony first. I see you, Tony. Hello, hello. Enjoy the salad, Hannah. Thank you, Tony. I do really like eating salad. I think the key to enjoying salad is all in the dressing. Like, if the dressing sucks, it's not gonna be pleasant to eat a bunch of leaves. I've found that to be true. But I have, over lots and lots of batches, I feel like I've landed on the dressing that I personally love and can just eat a big old bowl of plain salad with. So that is how I'm able to eat a large volume of salad, is if the dressing is very tasty. All right. Felipe Reyes is saying, my mother is actually in Hawaii, but I sent her some love over the phone. Very nice. Steve-O is going on vacation in Cozumel for 10 days. Sounds gorgeous. I have never been to Mexico, ever. I'm actually hoping, you guys, I was looking up a map of the men's FIFA World Cup next summer, 2026, and it's taking place in North America, Canada, USA, and Mexico. And there's several cities in each of the 3 countries where games will be played. And I really want to take the opportunity next year to fly down to, I mean, hopefully Mexico City. I think Mexico City would be insane, you guys, for the men's World Cup. I mean, I think people are just going to be losing their minds, and it's going to be like a bajillion people. And also Mexico, as we all know, is like football central. They love football. So I want to take next summer as an opportunity to go down to Mexico. I think there's also going to be games in Monterrey, Mexico. I'm not sure. But I'm very overdue as someone who lives relatively close to Mexico, being in the United States. I've traveled much farther, like across the ocean, to get to parts of Africa, parts of the Middle East, and Europe. So it's like I can go down to Mexico at some point and travel there. Although I think being in the US, in the back of my mind, I've always thought, well, it's just down south. It's there. I'll get around to it. So there never really was much of a push, or I never felt like the need to get there anytime soon. DJ the Mad Dog says, agreed, me too. Augie says, I'm watching from Germany. Amazing. What part of Germany are you watching from? I spent so much of my life in Germany. It's a wonderful place. Favorite Spice Girl? Probably Posh Spice, because she's now with David Beckham. I mean, she has been for a long time. It's Your Boy Jasper says, I love silence. Tony says, happy Mother's Day to everyone. Mothers also, yes. Troy Rees said hi. Tony saying hi to Back to the Future. Much needed, LOL, says Steve-O. I understand that. Sending love to all the moms out there, says David. Hi, Johnny. World Cup in Toronto, yes. Actually, I was thinking, so 2 of the cities that will be hosting games for the Men's World Cup next year are, oh wait, you said Toronto, and my brain jumped to Vancouver. Because out west, there's Seattle as a host city, and then Vancouver. And I was thinking, like, it'd be nice to go to Mexico, one, just to go there for the first time, and for soccer, it's such a bonus experience. And then also maybe fly out for a few days west, hit up Seattle for a game or 2, and then hop across the border and go to some of the games in Vancouver. I don't know about Toronto. I mean, I would personally love to go to all of the hosting cities, but when you work a 9-to-5 job, it's just not possible. You can't be just like jetting around to every single host venue. Steve says, you gotta take the trips in life. I'm gonna head to Rome in September. Amazing. I love it. I've intentionally never stepped foot in Italy because I'm saving Italy for a grand vacation. That's gonna be very long. Adrian says, I'm in South Texas on your way down to Mexico, LOL. Coffee is asking, how is Rachel and TT the cat? Doing great. I haven't seen TT in a while, but I saw Rachie today at brunch with my family. Keith VP12, hello. Oh yeah, Yabba Dabba Doo. The local hotel prices are going to be like eye-wateringly, painfully expensive. I don't even want to think about it at this point. They're gonna be so insane. I've been to Vancouver, British Columbia, don't live too far from there. I'm in Portland. Nice, Steve-O. Except for California, I have not been out west, like at all. I haven't been to Oregon and I haven't been to Washington State. All right, Crazy Sick Wine, good to see you. Also, no, my timer did not go off yet. How are you doing, Crazy Sick Wine? Hope all is well with you. Coffee still in green. I thought the 30 days were up. Well, the thing is, coffee is now an aqua color, not the like dark blue that you get at the start. So I think coffee continued the membership. That's based on the member badge. David is asking, what is the dressing in your salad? I actually would love to do just a quick, I could do it like a short, not even a full recipe video, but my salad dressing contains olive oil, apple cider vinegar, tahini, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Those 6 things are in I call it like I don't know, tahini vinaigrette. I think that would be the right thing to call it. All right. Back to the salad. Can I come eat yet? Says King J Dizzle. Steve-O is gonna go do a live stream. Nice. I don't think I can tune in if you're going live while I'm live, because I like to keep mine open so I can see and troubleshoot. But have fun at your live stream, Steve-O. King Dizzle says it looks bomb. I think I have come to a really great vinaigrette recipe. Like, it works for me. I love the flavor. And it makes me actually look forward to eating salads. It's not like, oh, I gotta eat this. Hello, RBC, I see you. Stevo is my friend, says Coffee. Awesome. I love when you all know each other. It's very fun. No anchovies. No, because I'm vegan. And the anchovies most definitely are not vegan. Oh, when you're in Mexico. Got it. Okay, Stevo. I missed the memo there. Omar is here. Omar está aquí. Hola, Omar. Hola, buenas noches, mi princesa. Estoy bien, Omar. ¿Y tú? Hi, Noor Farah Al-Shiki. Thank you. Yes, I'm vegan, David. Vegan, so no fish or meat and nothing with eyes. So it goes beyond that. So vegans do not eat any animal products. That's all meat. So anything you can think of that originally came from an animal. Meats, any kind of organs, any kind of bone marrow, gelatin comes from hooves. But it also goes into like milk, dairy products. So no cheese, no cream, no yogurt, no eggs, no, did I say cheese already? Because all of that comes from animal milk. There's a lot of vegan substitutes though. You can find non-dairy yogurts from coconut cream or oat milk. These days it's really easy to find substitutes. But yeah, vegans are no foods that originally came from an animal. So not just meats, but everything else. Bien, gracias al Dios, says Omar. No eye. Nothing with eyes, correct. So no buffalo, nope, no way. Let's see, thank you, Noor Farah. Hannah, I checked out the girl who jumps rope. Ooh, isn't she amazing? Lauren Jumps, yes. You guys should all check out this amazing channel called Lauren Jumps. And she'll do jump rope routines where she's like kicking her legs and like spinning around with her jump rope. And she sets it to like popular songs. Like she's done some Kendrick songs. She's done Taylor Swift. She's done whatever. What's his face with all the tattoos, Post Malone. Really cool routines. It's really like it makes for great YouTube and TikTok content. It's very satisfying to watch because she's like hitting the beats of the music with her jump rope and then like, you know, crossing it under her leg and doing these very elaborate routines. And her personality is great. She's very funny. I believe she's from the UK. I think I remember her speaking with a British accent. Great channel, great content. Obviously, it takes a lot of work. She's very athletic, very fit. These jump rope routines look exhausting, but it's like you watch one and then you're like, oh my God, she did a routine to this person's song, and then she did this routine. And yeah, you just keep watching and watching and watching. It's like great content for both the audience and if you're the creator, because people are just gonna keep coming back to watch her routines. Coffee without milk is no. Chip Broadhead, I do drink almond milk with my coffee, so it's very possible. No cheese, says Coffee, yes. Where do you get your protein from? Just nuts and grains. So I get my protein from nuts, grains, and beans. So I eat a lot of lentils, I eat a lot of garbanzo beans, I eat hummus, I eat tofu, tempeh. What else? Nutritional yeast is a great source of protein. Quinoa is a complete protein. Almonds, cashews, peanuts, pecans, seeds. I eat teff, which is, I feel like it's a seed, but it might be a grain. But there are so many wonderful plant protein sources. Kayvon Grant, happy Mother's Day to you as well. Hi, Benson Berg. Coffee with the Bronco emojis. Yeah, you guys, if you haven't already, members, I'm talking to you specifically, but I do feature a powder blue Bronco Sport in my new vlog that I posted for members to watch now, everyone to watch tomorrow. And in the first few seconds, there's a Ford Bronco. It's so pretty. Is skipping something you do? I personally don't jump rope. I can jump rope. I think it's very fun, but it's, of all the ways that I like to get exercise, it's running, walking, hiking, yoga, Pilates, and calisthenics / high, it's like HIIT, HIIT, high intensity interval workouts. So a variety. I never have been super keen on jumping rope. It's just not my thing. All right, speaking of blueberry pancakes, question mark from Benson Berg. I'm gonna close the poll and let you all know what exactly I ate for brunch today with my family. Me gusta tu impresión. Awesome. Coconut milk is so good. I love it so much, Steve-O. Yes. Yes, Lauren Jumps picks great songs. Even Elvis, I know. Well, think about it, is like she has the endless catalog of songs that she can design jump rope routines to. So it's like songs that people really like, and then she has the creative task of putting together a routine and the outfit too. I love looking at the outfits that she chooses for her jump rope routines. Very fun channel. Benson Berg says, I love beans. David has to go. Gotta run an errand. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for joining the live stream tonight. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Let me flip the burgers before I forget. Oh, my spatula is in my sink. Como tú te el prensa. Are you born in Minnesota or is the ice chasing you? Born and raised in Minnesota. Yes, I am a diehard Minnesotan. I love it here. I will always be here. I will always be based in Minnesota. It's just a terrific place to live. All right, so I'm gonna flip these guys, these lovely mushroom burgers, and put them in for another like 7 minutes or so. You can see some of the carrots in there. These also have black beans, oats, kale, tons and tons of good stuff. All right, SMSC forever. I don't know what that means. All right, poll results, guys. They're in. Let's see what people said. The question was, guess what I had for brunch today? Of course, the first thing in the list always gets the most votes. I put blueberry pancakes first. That is, it's never gonna be the first one, guys. So 46%, almost half of people said blueberry pancakes. It's not blueberry pancakes. 22% guessed blueberry acai bowl. It is not that. I can't remember the last time I had one, but they're very tasty. 15% guessed tempeh tacos, and that is what I had for breakfast. You guys, they're so good. I love tempeh. You guys should head to my channel if you're curious about how to use tempeh in recipes. It's basically just a block of soybeans. It's less processed than tofu, so it's not this like bean curd, but you can actually see the soybeans in this block. And for example, I've made vegan BLTs using tempeh, where I cut it into strips and then I seared it on both sides and used a little like hickory pork seasoning to make it taste like bacon. Yes, so that is what I had, and they were delicious. In Greece, did you try their tzatziki sauce on your salad? So easy to make. So tzatziki is traditionally dairy-based. It's like a yogurt dressing. I remember loving tzatziki when I would eat everything as a kid. I would always, at the Minnesota State Fair, growing up, I would go to this Greek food stand and I would get the gyro sandwich with like the shaved lamb meat and the tomatoes and the cucumber and then the white tzatziki sauce with dill. But I don't, unless it's marked as like a vegan dairy-free tzatziki sauce, I don't eat it anymore because it's traditionally made with dairy yogurt. Sounds like you like the British accent. I love the British accent. Oh my God. To me, it is like the most beautiful, the most like appealing English accent out of all of the English accents. You've got American accent. I feel like Canadian is pretty similar to, I can't really hear Canadian accents as an American. I don't mind American accents or Canadian accents. I don't really like Australian accents or New Zealander accents. They're like okay. Scottish accents kind of crack me up because I'm like, what is going on? I really like Irish accents, but for me, British accents are like the best. I love British English so much. I love the way it sounds. Let's go Wolves. You ever cook with wild rice? I'm glad you asked King J Dizzle because I want to say it was on my last live stream. Someone, oh, and I didn't write who it was. Maybe it was you, but I wrote down make a Minnesota wild rice soup recipe or some kind of like casserole because it's native to Minnesota and I do really like wild rice. And I don't think I've ever actually made something myself with wild rice. I've eaten it a million times at restaurants or people's houses, but never done anything with it myself. Couldn't believe there is a Prince store in the Minnesota airport. Purple everywhere. I know. I mean, we have to claim him. He's such an icon, such a massive person, like global superstar to come from right here in Minnesota. So yeah, I had to include that clip because it's like, don't forget, Prince comes from Minnesota. That is one of our claims to fame. Haley Ross is here. How are the Wolves playing tonight? Are the Timberwolves playing tonight? Oh no, tomorrow. The Timberwolves play the Golden State Warriors. Also, can anyone tell me how long, so I don't watch basketball. I don't like it as a sport. I have nothing against like the players or the teams, but the sport itself, I just don't enjoy watching. So I'm pretty clueless when it comes to the state of playoffs and injuries and who's ahead in the playoff or the series. So I know through my sister that Steph Curry is currently injured, but is he coming back? Like, will he be coming back in the playoffs? Also, I want to say thank you to King Dizzle for sending a GG, a floating heart, and a flower. Thank you very much. I like moo burgers with cheese. Fair enough. Chip Broadhead. Hi, Haley Ross. Big question. I feel like everyone asks themselves at some point in their life. Sonny Michael is saying, any advice on finding purpose and one's destiny in life? I mean, I don't feel like I don't have all the answers, but my approach is like, it's kind of like you like try to think of what you like, assess yourself and think like, what do I naturally really like to do? Like, I'll just write it on a map, but it's like, I remember seeing a YouTuber who I really like. His name is Vincent Chan. He does finance content. And it's like, what is it? It's like, think about what you're good at. Think about what you enjoy. And think about what you can get paid for. So like, I know this is backwards for you, but I remember seeing this diagram where it's like, think about what are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? Because sometimes you can enjoy something, but also like suck at it. And then what will like the marketplace pay for? Like what are skills that you can get a decent income on? And then basically what you're aiming for is like this area right here where they overlap. And then also I would say like that can kind of help you aim yourself. But also I think a lot of like, I listen to what a lot of like successful people say in terms of their purpose or what keeps them going, and it's like service to others. So it's like, how can you be of service to others, helping people, solving problems for people. I think if you're only doing stuff for yourself, that can feel pretty empty. So I feel like it's like, this is a good map, but then also think about like service to others potentially. That's how I approach, or when I remember thinking like, what do I want to do? What do I want to study? That was helpful advice that I got from a different YouTuber. Chicken wild rice soup is very popular in Minnesota. Happy Mother's Day, and you're beautiful. Thank you, King Dizzle. Taylor Lavoie is here. Coffee said hi. Rich says Steph Curry is day to day. Okay. Des Reeb, of course I remember you. Isn't wild rice actually a grass seed? I don't think it's really a seed because wild rice is like very long. It's like this long. It might be a seed, but to me it looks like a grain. Ariane plays. Hello. Let me go retrieve my burgers before they burn in the oven. Yummy. Looking toasty and tasty, my friends. Very excited. Moneyman is saying, what are you cooking for us? I just took out some mushroom burgers from my oven. I'm finishing up a simple salad with a tahini vinaigrette that I made I should just do it on a live stream so you guys can see how I make it. Beknur, I remember you from Kazakhstan. So good to see you. Hope you're well. Hello, G. Happy Mother's Day. Kevin says, Hannah in the house. Yep, I'm here. People are commenting. Burgers and salad. Also, I need to think of another. Maybe I should do a Star Wars trivia question. Because I was just watching episodes 1 through 3 this weekend. I had a little Star Wars mini marathon. I didn't get through all the episodes. Let's see. It says wild rice is a grass family thing, but it's a grain. I'd be shocked if it was a seed, because I can think of, I mean, a lot of my mom would make like wild rice casserole and wild rice soup and other things growing up, and it's like the grains are just so much longer than what you see in like brown rice or stir fry or like, you know, sushi rice. Those tend to be like very small and white. And wild rice is like black and brown. It's very dark and it's just long. So, I mean, I'm sure there are seeds that are large, but it looks like a grain, less so like a seed. The music is here. Let me know when I can come eat. In Scotland, the accents can be very strong, especially in Glasgow, and very clear in Edinburgh. Interesting, okay. Yeah, it's, when I think about accents, I've really, like English accents, where it's like, I know we're speaking the same language, but the accent is what's preventing me from understanding everything. I feel like it's only been like very heavy Scottish accents, because like British accents, I mean, I know there's like regional accents like around different cities like Manchester, Liverpool, London, but I can't think of a single like British accent I've heard where I was like really struggling. But I have seen maybe like half of Outlander, the series, and a lot of it is set in Scotland. And some of it's like old, 18th century Scottish that they're speaking. Scottish English, but sometimes like actual Scottish. I think it's Scots, I think the language itself is called Scots. And I'm like, ooh, I need to turn on the subtitles, because as a native English speaker, I am not catching half of what they're saying. All right. Peter is saying, ooh, no way, you watch Star Wars? Yes. I grew up watching Star Wars. My mom really liked, she liked the Star Wars movies when they came out. I think she went to the theaters to see episodes 4, 5, and 6. And then the prequels obviously came out afterward, like in probably like the early 2000s. I can't remember. So I grew up watching them. I was never like a outer space, intergalactic, I want to be an astronaut kid. Like outer space never interested me. It's still really not my thing. Like I don't hate it, but just that whole genre of movies and TV shows isn't my first choice. I'm very much like an old school Downton Abbey, castles and wars and Shakespeare, that kind of stuff, not outer space. So I knew it's like Star Wars is so massive. I feel like you're gonna get some exposure to the series even if you're not like a big fan. But I went through and wanted to watch them again. So I just finished watching episode 3 tonight. Hi, Happy Life, good to see you. Sorry, I'm a little behind on the comments, but I will get to all of them. It's been a pretty like steady but chill live. Yo, stop hating on wild rice. It's a native dish that doesn't have flavor and is more of an addition to a meal like white rice. What is this? Happy Mother's Day. Is it Kylie? I hope I said that right. Joseph Hernandez is asking, would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world? I think it would just be so horrible to be at war with yourself. So I would be at peace with myself and at war with the world. Because it's like, what's the point if you're not even like happy existing all by yourself? I feel like my approach to life is like, you need to have your own personal stuff sorted out before you go out into the world and do other stuff. Like if your own like mental whatever is not, like if you're not doing okay alone by yourself, like why would you wanna, I can't see why you would pick the other one. Like you're miserable within yourself, but then everything is hunky-dory out in the world. I would never pick that one. Where I live in the countryside in Ireland and 20 kilometers away is the city, and they speak completely different, most of them. It's hilarious. Okay, that's funny, William. Rich with the CR7 emojis with Gordon and Martha and the Bronco. Not really a fan of Star Wars. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm really a fan, but the story intrigues me. Josh Davis. Hi, John Opar. Good to see you. Love seeing people back here. Which one you like most between 1 to 3? I would say I like episode 2, which is Attack of the Clones. Because it's like, I think it's very sweet. I love the story between Padme and Anakin. It's not as like horrible and tragic as the 3rd episode. Yeah, I liked that one the most. William says, have I committed a sin? Never watched Star Wars ever. I mean, it's not for everyone. I still wouldn't say I'm like that keen on Star Wars, but I don't mind it as much now as an adult. John says it's been a while. Yes, John Opar. Let's see. I'm at war with the world, says Sam Swin. I feel like Disney makes too many Marvel and Star Wars movies. Yeah, I it gets annoying because I agree. I feel like when Disney purchased Lucasfilms, or Lucasfilm, whatever it is, the Star Wars franchise, it just became like, okay, this is our golden goose. We're gonna crank out as many animated series for kids and for adults and spin-offs, and like they're just milking this cow forever. And it's like, do we need all, I mean, yes, of course, it's a massive franchise and they want like a return on investment for buying the franchise from George Lucas, but I agree. I feel like it's just like, how many Star Wars series do you need? There will always be people who watch them though, and they know that. So yeah, it's a bit much for me, but I also am not a Star Wars person. Shakur Porter said hi. Nader40 says, I'm gonna cry. I love seeing everyone, and we have the best mods. Yes, indeed. Love the mods in here. Happy Mother's Day, Mason Elmore. OMG, can you guess what came in the mail today? I have no clue, Shakur. Tell us. Hi, Bella. In your own words, what is this channel about? Craig, it's mostly vegan and gluten-free recipes with some personal lifestyle, brand collab, skincare, travel, and running/exercise content. Nash Nadil said hi. Peter says, I love it all, LOL. I love Hannah's Mod Squad. Yes, the Mod Squad is amazing. Bella, I am absolutely a diehard, obsessed Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter so much. I grew up reading all the books. I grew up going to all the movies. Yeah, it's so magical and so wonderful. That is my favorite franchise of all time. Zare P said hi. All right. Interesting. Okay, so I was gonna, okay, I did not leave my burgers in the oven. Okay, my next trivia, let me just like think this through. This will be a Star Wars trivia question. All right, I have 3 options, but I'm trying to think of a 4th. Let me Google. Daniel Bruce is here. Member, check out my Annapolis, Washington, D.C. wedding vlog that I posted yesterday. Johnny Yeska says, have you ever read Dante's Inferno? I never have. That was not, I feel like that's a really gaping hole in my lit classes that I had to take in high school and college. I have never read it. I know what it's about. I've seen it, sorry, I'm blanking. I've seen it referenced in a million shows and other pieces of content or whatever, writing, but no, I've never read Dante's Inferno. I'd love to though. Star Wars. Oh my god, yes. Okay. Okay. Next trivia question, guys. I got it. But first, let me see. William is saying, never watched Harry Potter. No, I mean, you're free to consume or not consume whatever you want. I don't think people should be like, oh my God, making the biggest deal out of it. Lion Zach Animations, hello. Yes, reading Harry Potter is the biggest sin. Please don't hate me, Hannah, but never seen anything Harry Potter related. To me, it's like I'm not gonna be a hater. It's just like crazy to think of people not reading the books and watching movies, because they're just like, I have seen those movies, like countless times. A dozen times for each of them. I mean, I will put it on in the background. It's like, they're just such comforting characters. Like, I know them each so well because I started I mean, I was in kindergarten or preschool when the first book came out in the late 90s. And I had a Harry Potter birthday party when I was, I think, 10 or 9. All the characters, all the spells. That's another trivia question someone was asking. Favorite Harry Potter spell? I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. But it's like wild. I'm like, how do you not know Harry Potter? Blows my mind. Kieran Rye is here. Harry Potter for President, says Coffee. Yes, thank you, Happy Life. Reminder to everyone, before I put my trivia question in the chat, it is never, ever, ever the first option you see in the list, because that is what the drive-by scrollers just pick and then leave, so it skews the poll. I find it annoying. So to counteract that, I always put an incorrect option as the first thing you see in the poll. Johnny Walker, I do not have kids, no. Yabba Dabba says, when you do visit Scotland, some of the traditional food names are pure Celtic language. Today I had Clappy Doos. Just the name of that is so funny. What is a Clappy Doo? Ooh, oh my god, Harry Potter emoji. Yes. That's such an obvious one, Rich. Add HP emoji. Wow, how did I not even think about that? Yes. I'm gonna Google Clappy Doos because the name is cracking me up. Clappy Doos. Oh, yuck. Ugh. I've never in my life had anything that was like a clam, a mussel, anything that was like in a shell. I can't. Like I did not want to eat it as a kid, and obviously I wouldn't eat it now. Clappy Doos. A large black mussel. Ooh, yep, not for me, but to each their own. Where is the quiz? So I'm gonna type it in right now. All right. What should I like to put little emojis. Star. Let's do, all right, guess my favorite Star Wars baddie. This is fun. Supreme Leader Snoke. I know some people won't know these people. Anakin, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, or Emperor Palpatine. All right, let's just make sure I spelled all these right. Kylo Ren, Emperor Palpatine, Supreme Leader Snoke. All right. Boom, there you go. Maya is here. Asia Alexandria is here as well. Coffee with all the, yeah, I saw Asia's squirrel emojis and also coffees. Hi, Mark Hill, good to see you again. Kevin says, yeah, those foods are unclean in the Bible. I mean, I don't eat based on the Bible, but yeah, I know there's some religious texts that are like, no for certain things. I'm doing a handstand on a chair, okay. All right, good luck. Asia says, hello to coffee. I'm gonna dish up these mushroom burgers. Anakin Darth Vader is getting the most votes in the poll. Ooh, and you know what? I forgot that I have some quinoa. So what I'm gonna do, I think I might have made this on a live stream a few days ago. So I'm gonna heat some of this up. Coffee with the book. Ooh, that's a cute emoji, Asia. Mushroom hamburger, yes, amazing. Let me dish up some of this quinoa. Ooh, You guys, my nose is suddenly starting to get itchy again, and I cannot tell you what it would be. It's so annoying. It just like happens all of a sudden. Something triggers it. I love seeing all the people in the chat saying hi to each other. I love, like, it sounds corny, but it's like I do want there to be a community here where people know each other and chat with each other and reference certain things. It's really fun. All right, so quinoa, great source of protein. It's a complete protein. And technically it's a seed quinoa. Oh, hey man. Whew. Itchy, itchy. It was flying too close to my pocket. Oh. Oh gosh, Asia. Well, I don't like mosquitoes, so I'm not upset about that. That you took that one out. Oh, the poll has switched since I looked. It looks like Kylo Ren has the most votes, then it's Anakin, and then it's Palpatine. Yeah, you guys, Supreme Leader Snoke, that was such a throwaway. I was like, I need to come up with a fourth villain, but he's just kind of like an afterthought, because he's in the later episodes, I think episodes 7 through 9, or maybe it's 7 and 8. I don't think he survives until 9. Yeah, so good job it's not Snoke. Remember, it takes everyone to be kind to each other, and it all starts with you, Hannah. Thank you, happy life. All right, I voted Kylo Ren. Talili is here. Talili Idris, how was the wedding? I hope you enjoyed your time. It was a really, really nice time. Thank you so much for asking, Talili. One sec. So I made a vlog of my wedding trip out to Washington, D.C. and Annapolis, Maryland. It's currently viewable to members. I posted it so that members can view it first. And then if you're not a member, you can watch my wedding trip vlog tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time. It'll be available for you all to watch. Do you think pineapple is worthy of being used as a pizza topping? I've never really gotten that combo. I find it really gross. The thing is, I like pizza and I like pineapple, but together, they're two things I don't like together. I'm trying to think of other things. Like, I like chocolate and I like what's something that wouldn't go well with chocolate? It's tough because I feel like chocolate pairs well. Or it's like, I like the flavor of coffee, and I like, what would be I'm really struggling to come up with a comparison of this. But there's just some things where I like both, but then together I'm like, yuck, I don't like the combo. No, Asia, I love pineapple on pizza. I feel like it's a very contested thing. People feel very strongly about pineapple on pizza. Pineapple is fruit. I don't understand why people like to put it on pizza. I know. I mean, to play devil's advocate, actually, tomato is technically a fruit, and that's all over pizza. The mods love pineapple. Yes, they do. That is funny. All right. Kylo Ren is still winning in the poll. Ooh. Suddenly, I'm struggling, guys. Pretty silly. Is this even still good? No, I should toss this. It's a little past, but whatever. I'm getting to the bottom of my mustard. It's like putting bananas on pizza. Yeah, I mean, it's just, ugh, it's so gross. I remember trying it once when I was a kid, and it was like the flavor, and then the like biting into the piece of pineapple, and then having like the pineapple juice flavor together with pepperoni and cheese and pizza, like the baked pizza dough crust. I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. Yeah, it's like strawberries on pizza. I'm trying to think of other fruits where, like, would you have orange slices on pizza? No. You wouldn't have raspberries, like just fruit on pizza in general. Not into it. David is back. Thank you for coming back, David. I appreciate it. Let's fish out the last of the pickles in my pickle jar. All to your own taste, lady. Thanks, Christina. Also, hi, Christina. Come on, pickle. Get out of there. Wait, what are you making? I am eating veggie burgers, Asya. And I'm fishing out the very last of my dill pickle chips. So this is just pickle juice now. I am not one of those people who drinks the pickle juice. I think that is so gross. For as much as I love dill pickles, I cannot fathom drinking the juice. That's a little too much. So, recycle this guy. Bella said hi. I knew someone would comment on the pickle juice. I've not seen your sister in here lately. Is she all right? Yes, she is doing great. Happy life. She's just very busy. She's focused more on the TikTok side of things with her and TT. Also, she just has her hands full literally with TT the cat. My sister was telling me yesterday that TT has entered her like bratty teen era. Not bratty, but it's kind of like little mischievous, a little sassy, like attitude-y, independent. So my sister has been dealing with that phase with TT. But TT's still the dream cat. McSwagger is saying, save that pickle juice, put some sliced cucumber in it. I know. The thing is, I actually just ordered a new jar of dill pickle chips, so I'm not gonna save that old pickle juice. Hi, Wesley. David says, always come back to this woman. Thanks. Justice for pickle juice. Not this pickle juice. That went down the drain. Asya says, sweet. Thank you, Back to the Future. I'm gonna grab a knife to eat this with. Oh, can't wait. Can't wait. All right, it looks like the poll has been bouncing between Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. Currently, Kylo Ren is winning. Nice. Thanks for the update, says Happy Life. You're welcome. Yeah, people ask all the time what Rachie is up to, how Rachie and TT are doing, and they're doing great. I saw Rachie today for Mother's Day brunch. Clement GPE RMZ. Hello, waving back at you. Yes, coffee. TT is the most precious, melt your heart, angelic cat with like a sassy attitude. It's never mean, it's never nasty, but she's just like she's a curious cat, and she definitely has a personality. I was telling my sister this, I think yesterday. I don't think I give animals enough credit for having developed personalities. It's very clear to see with TT. Chelsea ladies crushed it. That's what Yabba Dabba Doo is telling us. Hello, David. David Clore. My favorite food of all time is Ethiopian food. I'm half Ethiopian, grew up eating Ethiopian food all the time, and that is my favorite cuisine. It's also incredibly vegan and vegetarian friendly. So when I decided to go vegan back in 2012, I luckily got to continue eating tons and tons of Ethiopian dishes that I loved eating growing up that happened to be vegan friendly. There's lots of lentil dishes, lots of veggie dishes, very protein rich, plant protein rich cuisine. I would say my favorite cuisines, if I were to rank them, number 1 is Ethiopian, number 2 is Thai, number 3 is Indian, number 4 probably Chinese, and 5 Mexican. Little Lion is here. Hello. Kirby, I did not watch El Clasico. I'm curious to know who won. I am like EPL or bust type of person. I really am only interested in the English Premier League. I don't really care to watch other countries or these, you know, international UEFA things. Not for me personally. So yeah, I don't know what happened in that game. Thank you, Little Lion. My day was good today, coffee, and you, says Back to the Future. Raymond is here. Hi, Raymond Church. If you haven't already, I see you are a member, so definitely check out the Annapolis, Washington, D.C. vlog that I posted early for members to watch. It was the trip that I was on this past week to go to my childhood friend's wedding, and members can see it early right now. It's not yet available for everyone publicly to see. David says, hi, oh, you mean the other David? I think so. I was talking to David Clore. Yep, what's your favorite food? That's the question I was answering. Thank you, Brian. You're always so sweet. Black brings out your eyes. I really like wearing black. It's simple. I feel like I've said this before. And people, it's just like people sometimes jump to like the silliest and simplest conclusions. It's like, oh, are you like edgy? Are you emo? And it's like, no, I have none of those things. I wear black because it's simple. Stains do not show on black. I don't have to worry about clashing colors. I was gonna say something else too. I feel like it also just, it looks very like, it's not distracting. I feel like it tends to be like flattering to your figure, and I think it's a very like professional color. I mean, this is a t-shirt, but I'm saying in general, it's not like some wacky pattern or some crazy color. So for all those reasons, I love wearing black. It's just very practical, and as someone who's in the kitchen a lot and on the go a lot, and I drink coffee to go a lot, there's just spills that happen and things don't go according to plan and things get messy. So I love wearing dark colors, especially black, because the stain won't be as noticeable if I spill something. Brian, yes, I'm eating a couple mushroom burgers and some quinoa. I ate the same thing, I think 2 nights ago on my Friday night live stream. Can you make a butterbean sandwich? Probably not, Doc. I mean, I'm not big on sandwiches to begin with. I actually try to stay away from bread unless it's a dessert item. And I'm not the biggest fan of like butter beans. Brian Moses El Chupacabra, says Kirby. Thank you, David. It's Ayush Edits, says Indian. Arsenal played today against Liverpool, and then they drew 2-2. Arsenal got a red card. Oh no, who got a red card? Oh, I mean, the season's already decided. We know that Liverpool's gonna win, but who got a red card today on Arsenal? I'm gonna try to guess this. I'm gonna guess it was either Kai Havertz or Mateo Kovacic. Mikel Merino. I don't know if I know Mikel Merino. I probably will recognize his face. Mikel Merino. Oh, him. He's one of those players I kind of forget about. That sucks. It was a second yellow. So it wasn't like a vicious one time. Kevin Martinez is here. Had a great day. Celebrated Mother's Day with my family. It was very nice. How about you, Kevin? Coffee is saying happy birthday to Brian Moses. Oh goodness. Yeah, Kirby, emo Hannah. Because I'm so, yeah, I give emo vibes. Not hating, that's no shade, but it's like, it's not that annoys me. It's the fact that people, they're like, it's like such a unthoughtful, not nuanced, like, conclusion that they reach. It's like black attire equals emo. And it's like, no, there's many other reasons why people wear black or just dark colors. Doc, I don't think I've ever used Chanel products. Not that I have anything against Chanel. It's just, I think I roll pretty, like, I like perfumes, but it's like my day-to-day is so casual. It's like casual, athleisure, and like when I go into the office, it's not the kind of office where people are like super done up. It's professional, but I'm not a very glam type of person in my day-to-day. So I would not be like the customer that Chanel is advertising their stuff to. So nice to see you. You like black clothes because you're a lady of the apocalypse. Definitely not. If anything, we can say I'm a lady of the night because I am a night person. I love the nighttime hours. I'm a night owl, so we can make that association. Back to the Future likes butter beans. I've been asked to make it as a recipe on my channel. William is asking, you ever make sushi, Hannah? Tried it first time last week and never going to eat any other rice again. I eat sushi all the time. I love sushi. I've never made it though. It's a bit intimidating. I remember actually going to, as a kid, I had a play date at a friend's house, and the friend, I think one of their parents was Japanese from Japan. And it's like there's like the bamboo mat, and you have to like roll up the veggies and get the rice to stick to the outside, and then you have to cut it. And I was like, it's cool to watch. I love watching like the sushi chefs or whatever they're called at sushi restaurants, like making the sushi rolls fresh behind the bar. But it's like, I don't know. I'd like to try making it, but I feel like the first few attempts are just gonna be a mess. Thank you, Claire Murphy. I wear these earrings especially for my live streams. Hi, Landon. I love spicy food, David. Yes, I eat spicy food all the time. I grew up eating spicy food. Robert O'Nellian is here. I have not seen you in a while, Robert. Okay, so Asia, I cook and make my salad vinaigrette with apple cider vinegar, but I do not drink apple cider vinegar plain by itself. Let's see. Rich with the CR7, squirrel, and Minnesota emojis. Very easy to make sushi. You should do it sometime on YouTube. I would love to feature it on YouTube. It's just, it would be a little bit of an extra process and prep time to like get all the supplies. Yeah, it's like it's a little bit more effort and cost than my typical recipes that I feature on my channel. Ever tried it? Sushi, my mind plays tricks on me. Thinking it's raw fish like raw meat. Thank you, Lil Lion. Don't you think some perfumes are way overpriced? You pay for the name and the bottle. Yeah, I mean, I guess when you think about how little you use though, like every day if you use just like one or two like little spritzes on your neck and you buy a bottle that's like 1 or 2 ounces, sure, it's maybe like $100 for a glass that's like maybe this size or half, but the idea is like you're gonna be using it for, you're not gonna be using half the bottle in a week, you know, it should be lasting you a long time. So but also too, yeah, like some of the brands you're just gonna be paying a ton for the brand and the bottle. Thorn X, I always say go for it. Like, live a life where you are gonna have the fewest regrets when you die. And I think like that is something you could regret. It might not amount to anything, but it's like just the worst that can happen. Take that frame of mind. It's like, sure, you'll get like in the worst scenario, if you ask your crush out, you get rejected, you feel embarrassed. They now know that you were crushing on them and they're not crushing you back or whatever. But it's like you're gonna be fine. You'll survive the worst case scenario. So I say go for it. I am not Caribbean Dutchie 1. I am half white, half black. Do you like peanut butter cookies? I love peanut butter cookies, Robert O'Nellian. I have made at least one cookie recipe on my channel that features peanut butter. Brian says, you are such a princess, Hannah. Thank you, Brian. I feel like I was gonna do something or say something, but I forgot. All right, so Anakin Darth Vader has the most in the poll, 34%. Then it's Kylo Ren at 25%, and then Emperor Palpatine with 23. Let me see. I will close the poll in 5 minutes. How about? I'll set my timer so I don't forget. So if you haven't, vote in the poll. Try and guess my favorite Star Wars baddie. Princess Hannah. I wouldn't mind being a princess. I think it'd be kind of fun. Thank you, Back to the Future. Peter, you're on to something. I have mentioned that in the past. I do love Adam Driver. Actually, wait, Peter, was it you? Someone was telling me to watch the movie 65 featuring Adam Driver, and the premise is that 65 million years ago, when I think that was when the mega asteroid like killed off the dinosaurs, right around that time, Earth was visited by aliens, aka just another human race living somewhere else. And so Adam Driver's character gets sent to Earth, or no, his character crash lands on Earth when the dinosaurs were like roaming the Earth. So it's a very interesting, like, basically in this movie, Earth had a visit from aliens millions of years ago by another human-like species, and it crash landed on Earth. So I was like, this is an interesting premise. It was okay. It wasn't like the best, but it was definitely action-packed. Kind of reminded me of Jurassic Park, where you're just like, oh my god, they're gonna outrun this Spinosaurus, and then around the next corner there's gonna be some nasty little raptors or pterodactyls or something. So it was a very entertaining action movie. Hi JR the boss, good to see you. I love that you do the hello and the diamonds with the fire emojis. It's a very memorable entrance. Brian says, watched Locked with the actor of Who Act as It the Clown. Oh, you mean Pennywise. That would have been one of the Skarsgårds. What's his name? I think it's Bill Skarsgård. That dude, can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that Bill Skarsgård, I would say objectively, is a very attractive guy. Like he's got like the Scandinavian cheekbones and like the very Vogue face, and easily could have just gone like the modeling route. But this dude, he consistently goes for like the most messed up, creepy A roles. He was Pennywise the clown and is like very kind of unnervingly good at that role, like very creepy. He also was Nosferatu in the relatively new movie that came out. He plays Nosferatu. And then he was in something else, and I'm like, dude, this guy, I forget what it was. I saw a screenshot or something for it, and I showed my sister. I'm like, this guy is really, I respect that he took the hard route. It's like, you know, Dumbledore has that quote, like, choose between what is right and what's easy. I feel like he did not choose the easy route. He chose like the challenging, like I'm gonna have to be a total psychopath for this role and spend 8 hours a day getting my prosthetics and wig done to be this creepy character. It's just funny to me where it's like he did not choose the lazy, easy route of just being a model. He went like the weird route. And I respect it. Hi, Jen Ramirez. Good to see you. Love seeing the cherry emojis with Gordon and the other YouTube emoji. He's a legend. He looks like Justin Bieber, says Brian. Also, Jen, since you are a member, maybe you already saw, but I posted my Washington, D.C. and Annapolis, Maryland wedding trip vlog for members to view first. You can currently watch it. It's posted, and then it will go public to everyone to view on my channel tomorrow afternoon. Just FYI, he was in John Wick 4 also. Okay. Think it's him, LOL. Type his name and see all of his movies. I will do that momentarily, Brian. Hi, Rudy. Good to see you. Jen says, I don't see the emojis, do you? Yes, the emojis are there. Rich just typed all of them out. Foxhound is here. Gabriela Mata is here. Yabadabadoo is asking, do you think the standard of the spoken English language has hit the gutter? Some streamers are obnoxious. I hate to hear bad language. I actually have a theory about this because I do love linguistics. I think like language evolution over time is super interesting. And I do think that like that timer was not for a baked item in my oven. It's actually for the trivia. I'll close the trivia, guys, so I don't keep yapping and keep you wondering. But to answer your question, because I think about this a lot with language. I love language. I love English. I love all the different forms of language, like hearing or speaking or writing. But I think that because nowadays, I think language, especially English, because it's like the #1 language in the world, and it's like the most used on social media, in marketing, business, news, all of it. I think that because we live like in 2025, like the exchange of ideas, the internet, social media, it's like language is just like changing rapidly because it's just it's being consumed and exchanged all over the place, like in milliseconds. I think you're gonna have like English just continue to like branch like this, where you're gonna get like different local slang and little pronunciation differences and accents and I don't know, paces, speed, differences in phrasing. So I don't worry about English like hitting rock bottom. I think it's just evolving with this modern digital age we live in. There will, in my opinion, I think there will always be like the pristine, scholarly, perfect grammar level of English. Like you can find that in, you know, traditional media outlets, in printed magazines and newspapers, in the courts. Like you're gonna have the most like legalese, old school English that's very like proper. Businesses have communications that are pretty so it's like you're gonna have like the pristine English that is like professional and perfect, and you know, grammar, formatting, all of it is great. But then I think in the less formal arenas of life, which is like the internet or just, I don't know, phone calls, FaceTime, private calls, Snapchat, I think it just kind of is like a free for all. Like it can just, as long as you're communicating the way you want and you can understand it, it's just gonna kind of take its own form. All right, Asia with all the Cristiano emojis, love it. Opinions on the decline of the West. Great question, Foxhound. I think about this a lot too. I don't know. I mean, I really don't want it to decline. But a lot of things keep me up, not keep me up, but a lot of things just live rent free in my mind, like all the time. I think about, you know, young generations like Gen Z and Gen Alpha were super, super disrupted in their development with the pandemic. You have massively declining birth rates, like fewer and fewer people are having babies, to the point where the government, like the US government, I don't know if this has actually become a thing, but governments are paying citizens baby bonuses, like here's $5,000 to have a baby, because they want people to have more babies, because it's just more and more people are opting out of having their own kids. Climate change is something I think about every single day and night. In Minnesota here, it's really sad, but our winters have gotten a lot milder. Like our volume of snow every year has gone down pretty much. Like it's not the same as how I remember our winters being, with like feet and feet of snow. So that's something I worry a lot about. Climate migration, people who are gonna have to move in from the coasts and up from the south because of how hot things are getting. And I'm like, oh God, it's like I'm bracing myself for a lot of people to migrate north, because parts of the United States just will not be like livable anymore due to like hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires, record heat temperatures, failing air conditioning systems, buildings can't properly cool themselves anymore, electrical grid outages because of extreme heat. So I think about all this. Yeah, I don't know. But I still hope, I'm like, I'm very much like a realistic optimist or an optimistic realist. Like both are accurate. It's like I'm very honest with myself about the state of things and facts that are like in front of you. I cannot like BS myself where it's like, ooh, this is a pretty troubling fact or trend, but I choose to still be like, well, I can remain optimistic and hope that things are, like the future is okay. All right, that was a lot of yapping. Well, let's get to the poll results. I am loving this question. Guess my favorite Star Wars baddie. So number 1 was Anakin/Darth Vader with 33% of the vote. As much as I love Anakin and pity Darth Vader, it is not Anakin/Darth Vader. 26% guessed Kylo Ren. It is Kylo Ren. I like Kylo Ren. Also, I love Adam Driver. I think he's amazing. So he definitely skewed, and I think like he's a very good actor. I think his acting in the movies in episodes 7 through 9 as Kylo Ren were a lot better than Hayden Christensen's, I think that's his name, who played Anakin in episodes 2 and 3. So like better acting, and also I just love Adam Driver. So Kylo Ren is my favorite Star Wars baddie from all of the movies. David is heading out. Getting late, I have to go to work tomorrow. Yep, so do I. I totally get it, David. See you tomorrow if you want to come back to the live stream. Persian Boy is here. Thank you for coming back. Jen Ramirez with the Cheerios emojis. Love it. Myron Moe is here. Paul Rivera says, I love to hear you speak. It's enlightening and soothing. Thank you. I appreciate it, Paul. Hi, Mr. Shahal. Jason Colchado is here. Gray's Edits. Omar says, felicidades, mi amor, en tu día. Que Dios te me bendiga y te me cuido. Okay. Lots of Spanish. Hi, Jojo. How's it been, Jojo? Good to see you. Yikes. Paul Rivera is saying it's going to be 106 degrees Fahrenheit this week in Texas. We hit 90 degrees today up here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I was like, we don't usually hit 90s until, maybe mid to late June. But for May, I was like, this is too hot, way too hot for this time of year. Ooh, we've got J. Edgar Hoover in here. That's awesome. I moved to Canada. What brought you to Canada, J. Edgar Hoover? What was the reason behind your move? China Monkey is asking, you like tattoos or piercings mostly? I do not have any tattoos. I don't have anything against tattoos, but I prefer piercings to tattoos, I would say. J. Edgar with, yes, the Canada flags. Love it. Rich. Hannah, what food did you teach today? I didn't really teach a food today, Persian boy. This was exclusively like assembly. I ate a salad with a vinaigrette I had previously made, and then I just heated up some quinoa and some veggie burgers that I had on hand. Your ear piercings. Thank you, China Monkey. Yeah, Kevin, I usually can face the music, like I can confront the truth and just be like, all right, it's happening whether or not you bury your head in the sand, Hannah, so let's consume this. I saw this, it was a podcast episode, and I subscribed to it on YouTube, so it's like I can see the video recording of the podcast, and it was this, I think it was Diary of a CEO episode. That's a really, really good podcast if you guys haven't heard of it before. But the host had this scientist on the podcast, and he was talking about the pole shifts that are coming and how it's gonna like disrupt society. And I was like, I don't know, when it's something as like a massive scale as the entire planet Earth, and the poles are shifting, and it's gonna have all these global effects, I was like, this is a little too much for me. I think the time of day, I was like watching it in the morning before work, and I was like, I can't really watch this right now. It's way too profound and heavy, but it has stuck in my head, Kevin, that there is some like massive pole shift that is allegedly gonna be happening. All right, Omar has more Spanish. All right, Yabba Dabba Doo. David Attenborough, 99 years old, has a new feature film out, Ocean, must see, going to be streaming shortly. No way. I'm so happy it's on Disney. I have been making the most of my Disney Plus subscription, Yabba Dabba Doo, because that's where I was watching all of my Star Wars movies this weekend. But I need to watch this. I just saw that David Attenborough is 99 years old, which is incredible. Okay, Ocean doc featuring David Attenborough. Amazing. Incredible that he is almost 100 years old. I see people who make it to 99 or 100, and I'm like, that is what I'm aiming for. Still sharp, still working, still contributing to society. I love it. Hi, Ridley Slays. Hannah, you promised to teach us wild rice soup. Did I promise that? I don't know if I did. Let me think of one more poll question I could throw in the chat for you guys. Should it be another Star Wars one? Let me think. Everybody hates Reese. It depends on which football you're talking. So I'm an American, so when I hear football, I'm like, okay, do they mean touchdown, like Patrick Mahomes NFL football? Or do you mean like football, as the Globe calls it, like soccer football? I watch both sports, so I guess the answer to your question is yes. I love the NFL, and I watch NFL games when it's in season, and I also love English Premier League soccer. The polls have shifted. Are living in the UK. The polls have shifted. Are living in the UK. Earth's pole shift. Yeah, what is going on? Earth's magnetic north pole is shifting and accelerating its movement toward Siberia, Russia. This movement is not a sudden cataclysmic event, but a gradual shift within Earth's magnetic field. While the movement is unusual, scientists are more concerned about a potential magnetic field reversal, where the north and south magnetic poles would switch places? I don't even know. Like, what does this mean for me? Let's ask AI. What does the Earth's magnetic pole shift mean for me? Ooh, this is interesting. A shift in the Earth's magnetic poles primarily impacts, ooh, this is bad, technology and navigation. This could mean needing updated compasses and navigation maps as the magnetic North Pole is shifting towards Siberia, Russia. A complete reversal, while unlikely, it could disrupt power grids, communications. Oh yeah, this is bad. See, this is where it gets into like the doomsday, like, oh my God, our electrical grids are gonna die and the internet is gonna die and our cell phones aren't gonna work and our satellites aren't, see, it's like, you gotta shut it down before it gets to be a little too like, oh my God, we're so screwed. Your fave Ellie is here, John J is here. Omar says, I only speak French and Espanol. That's okay. Hannah, sprichst du Deutsch? Wenn Sie es wissen, empfehle ich Ihnen sich die Serie The Last of Us. I've already seen it. Actually, I'm so glad you brought it up, Persian boy, because look what I got, some cordyceps right here. You guys, I am obsessed with The Last of Us. I have not played the video game, but I love the TV show. And I decided, because the season 2 finale is in 2 weeks, I decided that I am making a cordyceps recipe featuring the very scary, I mean, doesn't this just like trigger you to think about the show and how scary the cordyceps are? The thing is though, cordyceps has been eaten for thousands of years by humans, and it does not infect humans like you see in the show. So I thought it'd be fun to feature a The Last of Us recipe with cordyceps mushrooms. But I will be honest, I opened the package and definitely had the heebie-jeebies because I'm like, oh my God, the way they show these in the show is so scary. Hi Micah, welcome back. Six Senses said hi. Kevin says, I love researching that pole shift too. That's how the woolly mammoth froze. Oh, that's interesting. Micah says, I know I'm late because I was watching The Flash on Netflix. Sounds fun. Sounds like a chill Sunday night. Hannah, ich spreche besser Deutsch als die meisten Deutschen. Nice. Hi, New York Life. What's your thoughts on the saying that once you go away, you stay? Do you watch boxing? No, I do not like any combat sports. I mean, I like contact sports, so I like NFL football. I'll watch hockey, it's not my favorite, but if there's like contact, that's fine. But it's the physical, like sports that involve actual like punching and like beating someone down, I cannot. It's like too heartbreaking to watch. I just don't like, it makes me so like uncomfortable and sad. It's not fun at all to watch for me. David says, Hannah, I'll stay a little longer. Thank you so much, David. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Yes, Back to the Future. We're at 80 likes, and I definitely think that we can get to 100 tonight. Let me think about what other trivia question I could ask you guys. Let me think here. I already did Star Wars. Maybe favorite kind of mushroom. I could do that. Micah says, I'm the fastest man alive in Pennsylvania. All right. You're welcome, Angel. Glad to still have you here, David. Any suggestions for trivia questions, guys? I don't know if I want to do another Star Wars trivia. And you should definitely watch the series. See, it's so beautiful. Yeah, I don't know that series. Persian Boy. I'm thinking, what could I ask you guys about? Movies, foods. I'm drawing a blank. I could do something Harry Potter related. What did I put here? Ooh, I could do like my favorite documentary. Maybe. I'm trying to think which ones I've actually seen. Or, on the flip side, I could do my favorite Star Wars hero. We've got Rey Skywalker, Yoda, Obi-Wan. This is tough. There's so many. I'm thinking through all the series. Rey, Obi-Wan, and Padme. She's an obvious one. All right. Oh, and then there's Luke and Leia too. Whatever. I'll stick with these. Oh my gosh, Banana Republic is here. Hello, Banana Republic. Welcome back. Adrian is asking, just curious, do you ever find yourself accidentally eating something not vegan? Like never, I would say. And I think what helps is I make the vast majority of my food, like almost everything I eat these days is foods that I have cooked for myself. So when I go to the grocery store, it's like, I also just don't eat a lot of highly processed stuff where you have to check all the ingredients. It's like, okay, I bought a block of tofu, I bought some carrots, I bought some leeks, I bought some onions, I bought some peanut butter, I bought some raspberries, I bought some, I don't know, like seed crackers. It's just, the stuff I buy tends to be very simple with not a lot of added ingredients. And I make it all for myself. So it's like I'm visually seeing what I'm putting in my food. So for that reason, I never eat stuff that's not vegan unless I'm choosing to eat like the occasional slice of cake or dessert item that has a little bit of milk or egg in it. That's fine. But no, I would say I never eat something non-vegan by accident. It's by choice. Not Just Matt is here. Panda Man saw episode 3 in theaters. That's so cool. Hi, Big Haas 920. Welcome back. How many kids does Hannah secretly want to have? 0 to 1 to 4. I don't know. I mean, I'm still like not 100% set on having kids, but I do see it as more of like, I would enjoy this rather than I don't want this. But I don't know how many. Are you making anything today? Already did Banana Republic. What do you think about Shakespeare plays? I love Shakespeare, oh my God. Difficult to read, and have you been to watch any? It was mandatory reading in English literature at school. Yes, I had to read, boy, let me think of all the Shakespeare. Actually, this might have been a trivia question that I previously did. We had to read Romeo and Juliet. Actually, let me do this as my poll question, because I can think of all the Shakespeare that we had to read. What do you eat for protein? Tofu, beans, nuts and seeds, and other, yeah, nutritional yeast, chia. Hi, just a dude. I find myself accidentally drinking beers all the time. Oh dear. Imagine being a vegetarian and going to the gym. All right, so let me do theater. Guess my favorite Shakespeare play that I had to, favorite Shakespeare play I studied in school. Let's put it that way. Another emoji. Let's see, Romeo and Juliet, Othello, Midsummer Night's Dream, and Hamlet. I think we read more than that, but yes, we definitely had to read Romeo and Juliet. All right, let's do Othello, Midsummer Night's Dream, Romeo and Juliet, and Hamlet. I think I missed. Great. Boom, you helped me out there. Yabba dabba doo. I don't know if it's required in all schools, but my elementary school, not elementary, sorry, maybe middle school, definitely high school, had to read a bunch of Shakespeare. I actually found it very fun as someone who, again, loves languages, linguistics, especially seeing like older forms of my own first language where I'm like, what is that phrase? What is that word? The spellings are weird in Old English. I found it really fun. And actually the way that I remember studying Shakespeare was it would be the old original English, and then there would be like a modern translation of like what the phrase, how you would say the phrase in modern English. People should judge Macbeth on his deeds and not his emotions. Hamlet. I mean Hamlet, not Macbeth. How you pick up on that. Ooh, The Fall of the House of Usher. Oh my God, so good. Dude, David, did you watch the, I think it was on Netflix. They did a Netflix series on The Fall of the House of Usher. It was so icky, super creepy, but it was so good. And I love Edgar Allan Poe. He's my favorite poet. I love the spooky, it's like the spooky Halloween vibes, just the eeriness of it. Oh, his stuff is so good. All right, let's see what's what in the poll. Looks like Romeo and Juliet has 38%. Midsummer Night's Dream, I know there's not that many votes, so it's changing. A Midsummer Night's Dream second, and then it's tied between Hamlet and Othello. Cool. Vote if you haven't, guys. It's a classic, yes. I never had to read The Fall of the House of Usher in school. We read The Telltale Heart, The Raven, and The Cask of Amontillado or something like that by Edgar Allan Poe, and I loved all of them. Edgar Allan Poe met a mysterious end. Kind of sad. Also on brand for him. It doesn't surprise me that a poet like him would have a mysterious end. Banana Republic is saying, I did Midsummer Night's Dream as a play in school. Oh my gosh, you guys, I had to do a Midsummer Night's Dream as we studied it in high school English, and then we had to perform it. I'm not big on performing. I'm not like a theater stage person. I'll do it if I have to, but I was just like, I don't really want to do this. And I played the role of Helena, and I remember just having to like wave a wand. I forget the whole premise, but yes, I did have to perform Shakespeare for my English class in high school. Hannah teaches the tater tot hot dish. That's a good recommendation. It's so Minnesotan. I still remember one of the parts I had to do for Romeo and Juliet. Oh, it's so good. All of them are so good. Oh, you were a stage crew. Oh, that's cool, Banana Republic. I think it'd be fun to be part of the crew. I was never a theater kid. I was not in any theater productions except it wasn't like the productions, it was when there was a class assignment and we were forced to act, like put on a little like show for our class. So it wasn't like in the theater hall for everyone to like buy tickets to, but still it's just, I was like, I don't really want to do this. I'm glad they made us do it though. I'm loving this. I love seeing Shakespeare in the chat. So good. My favorite line from Romeo and Juliet is from Romeo. But soft. And I think he goes, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks. Iambic pentameter, baby. So good. So good. Oh no, extraordinary starts. Envy and noise. To be or not to be? That is the question. I hate school. Oh no. I loved school. I really enjoyed it. How are only 16 people only watching the best live stream ever? It's been going up and down tonight. Sorry, chewing. Don't wanna choke. Salem Mohammed is here. Jabba dabba doo. Yes. I would love to visit Shakespeare's birthplace and see a Shakespeare play. Actually, when I was in London, this was in, oh gosh, April of 2017. So long ago. I was there with I was doing a trip with my very close college friend who was an English major, you know, loved Shakespeare. And she and I went past wherever, it's not like the original Globe Theatre, but I think there is like a Globe Theatre in London. And we were both kicking ourselves. We're like, dang, like we should have bought tickets to a play here. We went in and walked around though. I remember Globe Theatre in London. Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. I think they've like Shakespeare's Globe is a reconstruction of the Globe Theatre that was first built in 1599, and then at some point I think it burned down or whatever. Yeah, what happened to it? Oh, it was destroyed by a fire in 1613. But yeah, so I've like walked around like the lobby area or just the gift shop area of the new Shakespeare's Globe Theater. That's actually where I would prefer to see a Shakespeare play in person, because I mean it's like where the original Globe Theater was. Just a Dude says, I'm taking a break from Resident Evil. It's too scary. Yeah, kind of stresses me out. Alpha Kenny 1 says, cherries. Yes, I got the cherry earrings in. Bye, Banana Republic. Ty L says, you still have the box of Cheerios. Yes. Let me get some emojis in here. Gotta be obnoxious with my emojis. Looks like 50% of people who have voted have picked Romeo and Juliet. All I'm gonna say is, I don't think this was a hard one for people. Resident Evil is so scary. It's like a, is it like a, it's in the zombie genre. I've never seen it myself. It's always just seemed kind of like icky, but people recommend it to me all the time. They're like, Hannah, if you love the horror genre, definitely check out Resident Evil. Rated Frog, you made it. Hello. Doing well. Had a great weekend. I don't know if you celebrate Mother's Day, but I hope you had a lovely Mother's Day if you do. I like the play Romeo and Juliet, but I don't feel like seeing it. If you don't feel like seeing the play, I highly, highly recommend watching the Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes Romeo and Juliet from, I forget what year, maybe like 20 some years ago. And there's actually a new Romeo and Juliet featuring Haley Steinfeld. So the movie versions, I think, are really nice. Video Oasis is here. Shakespeare is like Stephen King of our time. Shakespeare is like Stephen King of our time. I mean, yeah, super influential. What is popular to watch in 2025? What show is popular to watch? I would say The Last of Us is really, really popular. Gotta find a little mushroom emoji. Rated Frog is saying Resident Evil movies are 5 out of 10, but the games are 10 out of 10. Interesting. Okay. Arif Howlater, hello. I don't really give advice on here, Trey Heron. Thank you, Barbara Griffin. Brian is here, the highly sensitive healer. Hello. Definitely check it out. It's scary. Like, it's a, I don't know if it's totally horror, but The Last of Us is really scary in a lot of parts. So don't watch it if you are not into like scary content. Do you think The Last of Us is more interesting or Romeo and Juliet? Ooh, that's tough. I mean, they're so different. I'd probably go with The Last of Us because it has to do with like, what does society look like after this like world-ending event? I think that kind of stuff is super fascinating. I mean, Romeo and Juliet's great, but fundamentally it is just a love story. Framed Around Cloning, all the movies they made, it takes it to another level each time. Alice is a clone. Interesting, okay. I mean, I'll still watch it. I didn't know that, but it's fine. Wow, John made a tres leches butter pecan cheesecake for his wife. Very nice. Ooh, I have yet to see Sinners, but I know it has, I think, Michael P. Jordan, a bunch, who else was in it? Well, it wasn't Tiffany Haddish, was it? I saw a trailer and I was like, dude, this movie looks amazing. Life is very complicated and a mystery. I suppose so. Michael Bibi, good to see you. Es geht mir gut. Happy Mother's Day, yes. Tony Smalls, hello, hello. Did I miss anybody up here? I don't think so. All right. Romeo and Juliet is a love story that only girls love. Not entirely true. I know some guys who like Romeo and Juliet. It is a beautiful story, but I prefer things that are a bit more action-packed myself. All right, I'm gonna close this poll because let me see what's going on here. What are people saying? Yeah, I feel like this was not even that hard for you guys. End poll. Rated Frog, I didn't really make anything today. I cooked some veggie burgers, the same ones that I made a couple nights ago. And then I warmed up some quinoa, ate those, and I think those are the two things oh, and then a salad too. Aaron Rodriguez is here. Hi, Aaron. Tony Small says, in high school, I was forced into arts courses. Yeah, I was too. I liked it, but, you know, I don't really use them anymore, whatever I did in those classes. I'm getting sleepy. It's getting late. I know, David. It's getting late for me too, and it's a work night, so I need to be responsible and not stay on here forever. All right, guys. So, poll question was, guess my favorite Shakespeare play I studied in school, and you guys did good. Romeo and Juliet got the most votes, 35%, and it was Romeo and Juliet. I loved that play. The original movie from like the 60s is so charming, so sweet. I think captures the story so well. I love, it's very sad and frustrating because you're like, wow, like just, they were not fated to have a good ending, but it's a beautiful story. So that is my favorite, but I did enjoy reading the other three that I listed. I have an admiration, the Shakespearean actors remembering all the, yeah, seriously, I know. It's hard in my head, I'm like, it's hard enough to memorize lines as an actor and then have to memorize these odd or old English poetry lines, like, you know, from Shakespeare with weird pronunciations would be an extra challenge. David says, please take care, Hannah. Be safe. I will. You too, David. Thanks for being here. I like the one where The Rock plays Juliet. Oh my God, are we sure this one exists? Oh, I thought you didn't like old movies. Yes, there are very few exceptions to the old movie rule. Generally, I don't like them, but I would say it's old movies that I grew up watching. So Shirley Temple movies, it's like nostalgia because I just remember seeing them when I was little. Shirley Temple movies I love still. Singing in the Rain, Camelot, anything with what's his face, Jimmy Stewart. What's another? Oh, The Sound of Music. That's like one of my all-time faves. I think that came out in the 60s. The Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston. Yeah. So there's a few, but it's just generally, like as an adult, I feel like I don't really venture into old movies like anymore. Everyone loves Shan says, I love Shakespearean quotes. Me too. Back to the Future is back. Thank you. Ooh, a new Final Destination is out. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Do you like gore or horror movies? I love horror movies. Everyone loves Shan. I will watch pretty much anything. It's just if something feels a bit like overly gruesome or it's just like tons of violence, I won't really watch it. but I do love horror movies. You like to sing in the rain, you won't get sick. Gone with the Wind. I don't know if I've seen Gone with the Wind. I haven't read the book for sure, and I don't know if I've seen like clips from the movie. Ooh, what are the top 3 things someone visiting Minneapolis must do or see? Great question, Tim. Let me think, because several things come to mind. I would say in Minneapolis, the number 1 thing you should do is walk the lakes. 2, I would say Vikings game at US Bank. It depends though if you do or don't like sports. Oh, and then I'm trying to think like food, Mississippi River, historic sites. Sculpture Garden is good. I mean, probably Mall of America. It's technically not in Minneapolis, but it's so close that it's basically. It's tough though. It's like if someone was coming here and was really into music, I would recommend certain things. Yeah, but I like this question. I will put it in the chat. Tim. Great question. My top 3 for Minneapolis are 1, walk the lakes. 2, I'm gonna say 2 is Mall of America. It's like, you know, it's the Mall of America. And 3, Vikings game at US Bank Stadium. Oh, come on. Stadium, there we go. All right. Did you read any of Shakespeare's sonnets? Some say he didn't write some of them. Yes, I read some of his sonnets. I cannot remember what they were. We'd read a bunch of different poets. We read Seamus Heaney. He was my favorite. Who's the Irish dude? Oscar Wilde. Boy, it's long. I'm like reaching back like years, many years. Hi Minds, hello. Happy Mother's Day to you and yours as well, T.O. Martin. Good to have you back here. Tim Boatwright says, awesome. Yeah, the thing is, it's like, there's so many other things you could do. It definitely depends on the season. Certain things I would not recommend walk the lakes in the dead of winter because it's gonna be freezing cold, there's gonna be ice, no one's outside. So it's like, it does depend on the time of year you'd be here. And then also if you are into sports, if you're in, another one I forgot is actually visit the Minneapolis Institute of Arts. It's free and they've got, there's like Van Gogh paintings there. There's like treasured works there that you can just walk in and see for free. So if you're into art museums, I'd say check out the Minneapolis Institute of Arts. There's so many good parks around here too. Great restaurants. So I would want to kind of like be able to tailor recommendations based on, I remember I had a friend here, for example, she was staying with me for about a week and she is someone she just wants to walk everywhere all day long. She's like, let's just walk around and see the whole city. So I was like, okay, well, if we're walking, then let's walk in this direction so we see this place and this place and this place and this place. But then another friend came to visit me and he's more of a driver. Like he wanted to go like super far and like just drive, quickly to see as many things. So it does depend on how you prefer to travel and then also like specifically what types of things you like to do when you're traveling. Kevin says, what? You haven't seen Gone with the Wind? Here's a must-watch movie for you. Blade Runner. Yes, I do know Blade Runner. Hi, J Max. Thank you. Oh, Persian Boy. I saw I Am Legend in theaters, and that movie was so brutal and so sad to watch. I just remember being, I love Will Smith, like I love his movies, but that specific movie, it just was so bleak and so sad, and so it's just like he's all alone with his dog, and there's these scary zombie night people who are, oh, they're so scary. Yeah, that movie just like made me depressed. Like it just gave me such an icky, sad. I was like, he's really capturing what it would be like if you were all alone and the world was over and there were zombies everywhere and you had like no one except your dog to keep you company. Like that is just, it's such a sad, depressing situation to put yourself in. And then of course, we all know what happens with Samantha the dog. And I was like, are you kidding me? This very depressing movie just got more depressing. So I loved it. I mean, I think Will Smith did an amazing job, and I think it's a good scary movie, but it just made me feel so depressed that it's not one that I go back and watch because it's not really fun to watch at all. Rated Frog with a little, is that like a little teacup sipping emoji? Brian says, no, Hannah, you should watch the movie Jumper. Oh, I know Jumper. I think it has Anakin Skywalker in it. Hayden Christensen. Jumper, Hayden Christensen. God, it's so weird to see him like older and like not Anakin. And I remember that I never watched it. I remember it got really bad reviews. Oof. Yikes. It only got 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. Brutal. Yeah, for me, he's always Anakin. Like, it's weird. It's like seeing Daniel Radcliffe in other roles, and I'm just like, I can't not see you as Harry Potter. You're always gonna be Harry Potter to me. Yeah, I never saw Jumper. I would consider it. I wonder what he's up to now, Hayden Christensen. Huh. Brian C is sending gifts. Thank you so much, Brian. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Solomon, I have a water festival tomorrow. It's been since I talked to you. Well, good to see you here, Solomon. Dang, Hannah, how long do you do your live streams? I'm typically on here for like 3 hours. I do really love chatting with people, Steve-O, and the hours just fly by. And I'm also eating. I ate my dinner, so it's like a eat dinner and chat situation, which I really like. David is still here. You can leave whenever you want. Steve says Jumper is a great movie. Okay, interesting. Yeah, all I remember is it got such bad reviews on Rotten Tomatoes that it just was like, Interesting. Jumper is 2008 sci-fi action film. Oh, he can teleport. Okay. Sounds like a cool premise, but it didn't get a sequel. Oh wow, Jamie Bell is in it? Wow. Interesting. I might give that a watch. Hannah, do you think the movie I Am Legend is more interesting than Romeo or Juliet? I don't know. It's just so depressing. Hayden and the girl in the film were actually a couple in real life. Oh, Rachel Bilson. That's cool. I wonder who he's with now. He's a celebrity that I didn't really follow. I knew he was in Star Wars, but I just don't know. I really don't know what he's up to now. Solomon, I don't know what that is. Dean Rainey is here. Hello. He goes to Rome in the movie. Nice. Would be an awesome. I know. I think teleporting would be a great skill. Like just think of the time that you get back in your life if you can just instantly be somewhere. Jumper was okay, not great, but not bad. Okay. Favorite meal to make? Jared Helmuth. Ooh, that's tough. Favorite meal? Probably like a full breakfast meal. So like tofu, curry scramble. I'm vegan, so I make tofu scramble as like a scrambled egg stand-in, tempeh bacon, hash browns or roasted potatoes, and then pancakes, blueberry pancakes. Thank you, David. Have you seen the Dune movies? Not big on Dune, not big on star intergalactic space things. I've seen part of Dune, but I was like, it's not really for me. Just a dude, you know nothing about movies. That would be a superpower I would love to have. Yeah, teleporting would be amazing. I have seen Titanic several times. It's a classic, Persian boy. Oh man, you guys, I'm getting tired. I'm gonna wrap up this live stream so I can head to bed. All right, so reminder everybody, right, Rated Park is going like this. Reminder, Steve-O is going to bed too, yeah. Hope you have a great night, Steve-O. Thanks for being here. My next live stream is tomorrow. Ooh. Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time, USA. So would love to have you back. I'm gonna sneeze too. Maybe not. Excuse me. So yeah, reminder everybody, I am going live tomorrow, Monday night. Waving to you, Rich. Okay, Hannah, have a wonderful rest of your night. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Beautiful, thank you. You're welcome, Brian. Always a pleasure to have you here. Have a great night, David, and thank you, Rich, for the bless you. It was a very fun night tonight, and ooh, I feel like my eyes just suddenly got watery from sneezing. Apologies. Bye, Brian, and oh, Matt Acoustic, I'm just seeing you now. I'm heading out for the evening because I've got to work tomorrow, 9 a.m., bright and early, but I am going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central, so would love to see you there. And thank you so much, Back to the Future. I don't know if any of my other mods are still here, but thank you so much for modding. There were several things I saw that you cleared out and other mods cleared out, so much appreciated as always. Good night, David. Good night, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central.